Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, as always, I am tired. I am wondering why I am on YouTube when I should be sleeping. But I'm here because I get to meet you.
Yes. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'll let you go now.
Yeah. Everyone, remember to like and subscribe and see you down the road.
So, if you are new here, hello. You were probably brought in by the incredible Broken Baker. My name is Lacey Meeks. I host a show every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, and I pretty much just like talk shit on but I also give some really great information, perspectives on cases. Um, and, you know, the Broken Baker has been on my list of people to contact. And it wasn't until the stream with the LV cops when I saw you in the comments and I was like, he'll remember who I am. Like once I message him. So I made sure to jump on that opportunity, and I was so grateful that you were down with jumping on my channel. So thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's always nice. This is the good thing about being a tuber that you get to meet new people. I have to warn you because I can see in your chat, don't ever give a wrench to Valhalla awaits. He is what's famously known as a wrench whore. He have more mods than there's channels on YouTube. He will sneak in here, and he is the most wonderful person in real life and online. And you don't know how. All of a sudden, he's a mod in your channel, and he will be here for every stream. And you're thinking, how did he get a wrench? But if you read the TOS on YouTube, Valhalla Awaits must have a wrench. It's just in TOS, but never give him a wrench.
And who
He
is
uh,
this?
he is he's the worst person to give a wrench because he will just every stream you have he's just, hey, I'm walking my goats, I'm watching you, and then he has a wrench on every channel. Find an obscure knitting channel from Ukraine, and you go in there and say, hey, I don't understand it. I'm in English. He will translate it for you because he'll just learn Ukrainian to mod for them.
Wow.
But
You I'm
he
learning so much already.
it's one of those things people don't know when they start a YouTube channel. He will sneak his way into your mod crew at some point, and he is my mod of the year last year because he cheated in the mod competition.
Oh, you had a competition.
Well, people said, you want to make some drama, just put your mods against each other. So I did that because
Wow.
I don't get hate enough online. So I decided to make my own.
Seriously?
No,
I I do nothing and I wake up to I hope you get hit by an SUV. And I was just talking to my husband and I showed him one of the hate tweets that I got today and he was like, "Oh, well, I hope you're never um indicted and fucked with by corrupt cops. God bless." I was like, "Yeah, sometimes you just got to like I don't respond to it. I don't respond to it. So do I really need to leave someone? Do I really need to kick someone out?
no. They want you to kick Valhalla. Valhalla is the nicest person in the world.
Okay, I saw Lacey kick him, and I was like,
What? Don't.
I
Never.
I usually have a co-host, Baker. So my co-host is like unbelievably sad that he's missing tonight because he's a big fan of yours. But he had a family graduation party, and I was like, well, now's the time to like pull yourself away from your family because obviously this is more important.
Oh, but no, that's the. if you don't know the muffin tops, as we call my audience, is
I don't
in
know. I don't know these things. You guys got to teach me.
yeah, but we I have a very dry sense of humor, and I have this weird Scandinavian face that has no emotions because I only have hate and I don't care as two emotions in my life. So we have a fun little group of people who hangs out and rips each other, and that's why I always say kick Val because he is the nicest of us all. He is
Uh,
the shirt off his back kind of guy.
I can dig it. I can dig it. I was going through some previous episodes on my channel and looking for parts to clip, and I could not look like I am having a worse time in my life than when I am on YouTube. I'm I mean, I'm usually like this. Like I am authentically myself. You can never say that I'm anything else because I am just not focused on what I look like. I'm listening. That's enough. And I'll like throw in a smile every here and there, but I am also of Scandinavian roots according to Ancestry DNA.
As long as it's not Swedish, I'll allow it.
You know, last time I looked, Baker, it looked like an invasion. Like it was all these places that were just right next to each other. Like no really neat places like Italy, like it was England, Scotland,
Well,
Wales.
that's why you're Scandinavian because we did a lot of tourists there around the year 900 to 1000, where and because Vikings famously bathed once a week, the British ladies really liked us, and the ones who didn't really like us, we still expanded the
Conquered.
population with.
Yeah,
We,
conquered.
we when
Uh,
you've been sailing for so long, you need some R&R time when you get there. So we did a little bit of gene pool sharing. So a lot of British people will have like a 5% Scandinavian
yep.
heritage because we like to go on vacation. We're a small country, so we go out and see the world.
I like this one. This makes it on
She
its way.
actually she learned Danish with the what's that app you can use, and she went to Denmark and visited me in March.
That is so badass. I love that for you, Iris. I actually my co-host, um, he had been watching me for a couple months, and believe it or not, he had family in the Columbus area. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I don't care if you guys know that because I've already doxed myself long ago. And he was like, "So I have family in your area. I'm a big fan. Can my wife and I take you and your husband out for dinner?" And I was like, "Food? Drinks? Yeah." And so they they met us out, and yeah, now we're friends. Now I have another friend that I have to be friends with, you know?
That's why I'm glad I'm 7,000 miles away. I go to Tennessee. Well, the last 2 years I've been going to Tennessee, hung out with people for a week, and then I can go back home and not
Yeah.
see people again for a year.
Yeah. I I am too motivated by food. I like this for you. I like this a lot. Um, yeah, I Peter's the best, so he's really bummed out that you are on tonight. And you know what, Baker? I even thought about asking you if you wanted to do July 4th or July 3rd, because I didn't necessarily think that you would be celebrating the lead up to the Independence Day holiday here in
No,
America.
because we didn't really need to get independent. We we're a real country, so we didn't have someone else come and make us.
Oh, snap. Oh,
Well, I
snap.
normally when you have your special days in America, like we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, where you celebrate on the 25th, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, because some people get a little bit lonely those days because they might be away from family, don't talk to family.
Right.
So normally I'll do like a couple of hours or 5, 6,
That's
7, 8 hours
nice.
of stream, just so people have someone to hang out with. So yeah, I do that. I think I did it
Okay.
for July last year, just to have some, so people, if they don't have a barbecue, don't have fireworks, they can go hang out with me for a couple of hours and feel like they are with friends.
I'll tell you what. If by the end of this stream you don't hate my guts, um, I am volunteering to jump on a stream on Christmas Day because I totally get that. I am a very, now, this is not a popular opinion by any means. I do not, um, I don't handle Christmas well anymore. It's really overwhelming for me. It's just a lot. And so I I would totally do that. Like, do something to be around friends, and I totally can dig that. So, just let me
Yeah,
know.
and again, it's just a nice thing to do when, because we have this weird outreach to people who might be in a little bit of a rough situation because
Phase.
it's holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it, because well, now I have my grandkid, but we do it on the 24th, so and the time zone. So I'll get home from him, I'll go to bed, get some sleep, and then I can just hang out, because uh, I don't know if you saw my last Cafe Daffy lost her mind video where I was talking about this, where she was trying to be the moral high horse, and I said, I'm not, uh, I don't have morals. I used to be a politician, but I feel like sometimes us YouTubers, instead of just sit here and try and grift our merch or do the hey everyone, have you seen Monday on this channel? You can see the newest 4-part interview. I didn't do it, but I stole it from someone else and I'll make it my own. Oh no! Sometimes we should also be a little more human and just say we have a wonderful support. We have 25 people watching us right now talking about nothing. Why couldn't we, if just one of those needs someone to talk to on Christmas Day, why couldn't it be us? Why
Right.
couldn't, because they see us as acquaintances, kind of like the friendless firefighter has, and 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 they can come hang out with us. And I might just be a weirdo, but I think there's too much. YouTube is, for some people, is getting way too grift
Competitive?
oriented. No, well, it's always been competitive, and it is some, what do you call it, metriocrity. It's your skills that decides how big you can get. But it's it's there's a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, could you help me get to 500 so I can get monetized?" Why do you want to get monetized? I want to make a ton of money. You're not going to make a ton of money. It's kind of like making an OnlyFan and think you're going to be Belle Delphine or Catch Me Outside. Yeah, you're not going to make that money. Average pay is $150 a month on OnlyFans, and I think it's lower on YouTube.
Wow. I had no idea. There
Well,
goes my OnlyFan prospects.
well, you have to build your audience on another, like, write their names on Twitch or something on your half-naked body, and then you can transition into degrading
Mm,
yourself on OnlyFans and make money. But most people who do it find out that it really don't, and it's. Can we talk bad about people on your channel?
abso-fucking-lutely.
Do you know Twisted Tragedies?
Yeah.
I love that Jen Altman clips her every time she says something stupid. But she was sitting there. Hey, I made a Amazon wish list so you can pay for this because I only made $40 last yesterday streaming. Only make 40. I can't pay my StreamYard. First of all, Chica, do you know how many who don't make $40?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's most YouTubers who don't make $40. But she was sitting there like people owe her to listen to her vapid takes. She found out she's a person of color one day and she's disabled. Yeah, that's mentally. And she's. I just don't like that grift mentality. I like having fun
Right.
and just hanging out.
I mean, I think that is a great take. I'm just reading these comments from your followers, and they are
Hateful.
life. They bring me life. I love this for you guys. Hi, everyone. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to like this stream. Make sure to give me a follow, because I deserve to make $40 a day.
Remember to give them your Venmo or Cash App and say, by the way, I've just checked my Venmo. We don't have any. There's no super chats coming in. You
I don't
guys,
do super chats.
do you think this equipment is cheap? Should I go on OnlyFans instead? I could make more on OnlyFans. You should really. I love when people are yelling at the audience for not paying them.
Yeah, like the entitlement within today's society is absolutely sickening. Um, I I recognize that there's a lot of work that goes into certain productions. I spent a lot of time this week. I really wanted this week to be special. And granted, I've gone rather totally off script thus far, 17 minutes in. But that's also what I told you. I was like, I'm a very off the cuff person. And I actually made I made a enemy, um, a very well-known enemy, because of the fact that she just had no chill and couldn't get down with, like, this. Just a relaxed atmosphere that was not, um I I don't wanna say too much because once again, I'm not the kind of person that likes to throw my stuff out there. Um Now, if you happen to find it, God bless. But I you're not gonna hear me, like, hosting a YouTube show about it. Um, Words that I'll probably eat in, like, a year. But
Everyone,
yeah.
her and Mr. Beast used to stream together, and it's
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Beast she's talking about right now.
We have
Just
the same birthdays,
oh,
for real. May 7th. You all can look it up. Um, and I really do have beef with, uh, Mr. Beast, just because, like, he just keeps donating money to the wrong things, in my opinion. Like, for instance, this might be a holy shit, there's someone, Valdalia, Val how do you say it? That
Valhalla,
person.
Valhalla.
Valhalla, that's their birthday too. That's funny.
Another thing you don't know about Valhalla is every day is Valhalla's birthday.
Okay. Alright, you broke my heart.
Don't
You
don't.
broke my heart,
If anyone
Valhalla.
comes from my channel, please don't listen to them.
Emily, Baker's birthday is May 7th as well. That is also a fact. So, it's actually a very popular birthday, I guess, because I saw her, saying, like, Thank you for all the happy birthdays on May 7th. And I was like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. It is true. It is true. Okay, yeah, someone said ignore us, and maybe because I think I was onto a point there, and I saw the birthday thing, and I got so distracted.
Well, then we didn't get to slip up and say who you really have beef with. You won't
Oh,
you won't
yeah.
get far on YouTube without you have people you like, people you dislike, people who like you, and people who dislike you. And that's just the name of the game. You can choose then to say, okay, I'm going to go flame war. Uh, I have my co-host Jamie. Her in Valhalla, there was some innuendos said that Valhalla took the wrong way. He put a restraining order on her because of some inappropriate touching. So we couldn't stream Valhalla, Jamie and I, together for a year before we had the lawsuit settled, and Jamie still has to stay 25 feet away from him. But there will be
You guys
some,
are crazy.
yeah. But that's Jamie's. Jamie's a little. She's hands-on. She says, "I'm only doing it to help you." I have the same birthday as Christian Dior, by the way, for the ladies. But
Who?
Christian Dior, the guy who made famous clothes.
Okay, I was just making sure we were thinking about the same person, like Christian Dior.
Yeah.
That's the hillbilly way of saying it. Christian Dior.
That
Dior.
fella who done them weird black dresses, Christian Dior.
Dior.
He's kind of weird. It's Oh, and by the way, it wasn't true with Jamie and Valhalla. I have some people claim I have a way of spinning stories about people on my chat, just to make people believe it. Again, I have mon visage is I don't have any.
Oh yeah. I kind of like going off of what you said earlier, which I will move away from, but I just don't think that a murder trial and like everything trying to advocate for this person because I genuinely believed in Karen's innocence. And because I by trade I worked as a lobbyist and um I I've worked on many campaigns and there is a fundamental rule within politics which is just be on code. Be on code, which it's pretty simple. It's don't talk shit about each other and give the other side, material to to work with. Like don't let them think that we're falling apart over here even if we are. Let them be the last ones to find out. And I saw so much of that with this trial, more so than any other trial. And it was really disappointing. It was really disappointing and the morning of the verdict, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And like just block, block, block. And I don't block people. So it like being blocked by me. I have a block list of like 40 people. You done fucked up, kid. You done fucked up. So I yeah, I definitely that
No,
just
but
don't like it.
that's actually a thing I noticed as well because I'm not a Karen Reed channel. I do trial coverage, so I'll go in and out of Karen Reed because there was a hearing today. We're going to watch the hearing, then we're going to go back and cover that case where a guy was wrongly accused because he had to self-defense himself against his girlfriend who threw a Yankee candle at him. It's totally normal that you put 7 holes in her face after that and part her up in plastic bags. She kind of deserved it. He got wrongfully convicted on that one. But
Wait, are you talking about the doctor in
No.
Massachusetts. Oh.
It was a guy who he was a masseuse, 40-year-old who went to meet with his sister in his camper van with his girlfriend, and then she chucked a candle at him. So of course he had to pew pew her in the face a couple of
They
times.
they were a little odd. Can I just say that? God bless. I hate to judge, but they were a little weird. She seemed like she had some seriously major pent-up rage issues that were not being dealt with. And I don't know about you, but I think that he just snapped and was like, "I'm done with you. Be gone."
I, she
No?
clearly overreacted. You don't throw
Yeah,
candles at people. He was actually smoking weed and doing yoga, and then she just. So
yeah.
of course, it was totally on. No, he was a cray cray, and but they. That's what that's what I do. I go cover a case like that, have fun with that, and then I go back when there was something they can read. But I could follow along on the Twitch sweat and the people I followed on YouTube, and when there was a lull, that's the problem because again, if you are
The
a
crazy
Karen
would
Reed
come out.
channel and you're fighting for this audience and you don't have anything new, it's really easy to jump on that train that says beef city, and you just start. Yeah, I'm not one to shit talk, but did you know what Lacey said yesterday? Oh my god! Oh my! I won't be talking about it on my stream, but I might need to get into it. But no. Don't check out my show Monday, 8 to 9 o'clock, where I absolutely won't spill the beans on my beef, because it's just easy to, if you have no news, just make news, and beef is a good thing to sell on YouTube. And I saw a few people where I was sitting thinking, "Come on, guys! It's so stupid what you're doing." And I've had it myself. I'm probably blacklisted by a few people because I've been. Sometimes I get a little honest. Again, I
I
spent
like
20 years in.
that.
I spent 20 years being a politician and working to get elected and getting people elected. And as you say, yeah, you always smile and wave when you're outside. Then you'll go back in the back room and you'll kill each other because someone
Yeah,
said something really stupid in the papers yesterday. But outwards, totally support him. We might have chosen a different wording of it, but we stand by what they say. And then you go back and said, "Are you effing kidding me? We
yep,
said don't talk about this." But I have this policy: if I don't like you, I just don't talk about you.
yeah. That's why
And
I don't breathe them any oxygen for their fires.
no, and that's sadly it works because people like drama on YouTube, and if there's no court drama, they like YouTube. I covered that the nerve and her absolutely asinine take on the Karen Reed case. And I saw so many free Karen Reeds in her chat, and normally she cover, "Oh, did you know Meghan Markle is banging an illegitimate son of a British king?" And yeah, that's pop culture. That's stupid. But I was just, "Oh, I like your other stuff, but I don't like your take on Karen Reed. I'll be back." Why? Just so you can get the gossip. TMC can give you the same gossip, or you can go follow Steph the alternate if you want the royal gossip. She has a, if you don't like the Meghan Markles of the world, go follow Steph the alternate. She's at least funny. This chick is just the typical. When we watch from across the pond and see your TV presenter, they all look the same. It's a little
Uh,
too much plastic and a little too much Botox.
yeah, I I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I couldn't agree more. And I am glad that we hold like the same opinion on this this issue, because I not only will I just totally ignore it, but I think my like epic throwdown moment is what I'm about to say right now. I much rather have a smaller following of loyal, fun, kind-hearted, non-asshole people than a group of people following me who are going to shit talk, who are going to, in a moment's notice, turn. And I I I think it's quality over quantity. And I can very clearly see in these people um that just want to talk shit online, they're all about the quantity. And that's it's in my opinion sad. It's sad, and I actually am someone who worked in politics, and I am still very uh, I would say I'm a godly woman. I pray for my enemies because who the hell wouldn't like me? I am so nice to people and I'm funny. And like I would take my shirt off my back for anyone. So that's more of a reflection on them and I don't need them in my life and that's okay. Not everyone's meant for everyone, you know?
And again, I'm not a nice person. I don't pray for anyone. I just make videos and say they're idiots. But hey, I'm an asshole. But the thing I just don't get is that's another thing. I you should meet the expert. Very very intelligent guy who plays I'm really dumb online. Great. He is one of the biggest influences in how I have formed my channel because he is really good to talk shop with. Um, he's just really savvy on what works and what doesn't work, and talk to him, you'll get a lot of pointers. But when you watch his
Please.
show, and he's one of those people, you need to know when to listen to him, and when it's just the squirrels running around in the wheel. um,
Okay.
but if you sit, he has a Friday night live show that I get up at 5 a.m. to jump on sometimes. And then we sit for like 2 hours in the green room and make connections and just talk. And that's the guy I visited in Tennessee. And we have
Oh,
these
okay.
talks about you can do the progression on YouTube. I just want to get to X. And you can see some of the channels that maybe is newer that just exploded during the Karen Reed case. Or you can do I would rather have a 5 year span because the average YouTube channel lives for 5 years. And I would
Okay.
like to have my 5 years, maybe even push it to 6. So I would rather do the steady organic growth and say, okay, every time I go on your show, I would love if one of your viewers would come back and watch me another time.
Yeah.
Instead of having oh, I'm gonna shit talk Turtle Boy for 2 hours because then I could get 5,000 subs. And they sit and look at that magic counter that doesn't mean anything other than just for our selfless
100%.
gratification. It's how many people will come look at you again and again and again and again. But a lot of people just have that. I need to get to 10,000 subs, then I'm great. I need to get to 20,000 subs, then people
It's
will
always
love
going to
me.
go higher.
It's kind of like the people, the girl who gets the boob job to think that people will finally love her. Nope, still just bang you and leave you
No,
in the morning. They just like your rack better now.
there's there's obviously something wrong with you inside, honey. Like the boobs aren't going to do anything.
Well, boobs
Um,
are always great, but it's not going to keep us around.
Sir,
Boobs and
they
pizza are the
are
same.
the biggest pain in my ass, and I mean literally, figuratively, physically. I 0 out of 10. I got the worst genetics. 0 out of 10 recommend.
That's again, boobs and pizza are the same. Even when they're bad, they're good. So
Um, with that being said, I I feel like this is going to be a really interesting answer. Actually, before I go into some of my questions, um if you guys wouldn't do if you guys wouldn't do me a favor, if you guys would do me a favor, we are running a little low um, on my X, which is where I usually have my most viewers. Um, as we just finished a conversation about genuine viewership, but I know that my people want to see Baker. So if you could retweet this, that would be really helpful. Listen, Turtle, I love that. That was so funny. I heard him talking like very nicely about you uh when the trial first started. So he seems to be a fan, unless you pissed him off recently, Baker. But
No,
um,
I think we are. A lot of people think that. Well, all the antis always say I get my marching order from Turtle Boy, and I've actually only talking to him once live, and I've DM'd him about Plevin's book because I am one of the two people in the world who has read Plevin's book. The other one is my mod because I hate her, so I forced her to read the book with me. No, I
that
don't
makes
hate her,
sense.
but we were sitting and reading the book, and every time we turned over a page, so do you understand is going on here? Because I lost the plot. Um, a- and whenever I found something, I would text him and say, "Hey, just so you know, he says this about you
Text
on
him.
page 213 or stuff like that." So I don't, I haven't talked to Aiden in a long time. As I said back when people were like, "Oh, we don't like him," said, "Yeah, he's an asshole, but I like assholes because
Yeah,
he he gets shit done." And sometimes when I was in politics, I always described myself as a bulldog. I was the one who was, you have the serious, the head of the subcommittee, and then you have me to sit down there in the corner. And if she needed something, I would bark and get angry at some of the other people and demand 25% more. And she would throw me out of the room and say, "Hey, go have a cigarette. He's a little agitated today." And then everything would land because, oh, she took care of the bulldog. And you need that sometimes. You need someone
you
to
do.
to kick the hornet's nest.
Yeah, you do need to, and you need to have good people who can read others. Who, guys, my numbers keep going up. Thank you. That meant a lot. I know that that wasn't just by chance.
Can I do a plug for you?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love watching over on X because there is no advertising, and that's why people do it. Um, but you should really, if you want to help Lacey out, come over at least subscribe to the channel on the YouTubes because um, Elon didn't become the world's richest man by being generous to his streamers. So she's actually doing that for free over on your channel. Not that she would at all would say, "Hey, you have to pay for me," because she gave you a stupid Dane to listen to today. What's she on
Aw.
about? But if you could help her grow her YouTube channel a little bit, you can still watch her next without, but just go and subscribe to her because then YouTube would say, "Oh, people subscribe to her. She must be really good. We're going to give her access to a little more viewership and a little more, a little more, a little more. And someday she'll be the new Emily D. Baker or the new, I don't know who stream.
Who else is cool?
She's going to be the new Gwyneth Paltrow and she will make those specialty scented candles.
I'm gonna
If her
hit someone
husband,
on skis.
well, when you're rich enough, you can do that.
You guys, I that trial just like there are just some trials I don't even know. So, um,
Oh,
thank
by the
you for
way,
that, Baker. That was really nice.
do you uh, do you build Lego? Valhalla will now because Valhalla likes to go. As I said, he's the nicest person, so he will soon be in your DMs, not in a bad way. Just ask you, you want to do a Lego stream? He has with MLS Dave, who says kick Baker off the stream. They do like an interview on. They'll invite certain people on. Uh, some people you know, some people you don't know, and just while sitting there building Lego, they interview people. It's a funny concept, but it's actually quite good. And I will be on in the end of July. Just if
On
anyone want to see me build a Lego again.
wait, okay. What kind of Lego thing are you building? Because I know someone
I
who
have roses there. I have the chrysanthemum there. I have Paris there. I have
Oh!
a stock car, an X-wing. I have some Transformers. So I have the Viking ship from the movies. I have a TIE fighter. I built whatever. I
Frank,
have
you
access
gotta
to
buy me some
Lego.
Legos. I just told my husband he needs to buy me some Legos.
You should get the flowers. They actually have
I've
them.
seen them in real
Two
life.
seconds.
They are my friend has done it. The orchid one is like really pretty. If you guys have seen that one. Um wow, that is really cool. But I've heard that they're really pricey. We do have a place at the mall, and like the side of the street is legitimately a giraffe built out of Legos. And it's like a ginormous looking giraffe. Um oh wow. I didn't know that. Where do you guys buy your Legos at? Yeah, you love how supportive he is. He immediately said, "Okay." He's probably like, "Well, I mean, it's gonna replace something else." Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they are beginning to make more of these bouquets where you get different
They
types.
look real too. I've seen one. They
Yeah,
look real.
and again, you can
Oh, yeah,
just
RIP Toys R Us.
yeah. But Frankie, I'm sorry.
Um, that's my husband, and don't apologize. Um, so I was gonna say, like, what's something that can you can you share like a professional highlight with us? And I want you
Being
to
on
like
YouTube or what do you
no,
mean?
it can be like whatever, just like a professional highlight. What comes to mind first thing?
Well, when I was in politics, when I took our, remember we have 13, 18 parties running in any election. I took
Oh
our local
God.
representation from 2 to 5 five seats in the local. Um, as a soldier, probably when I was deployed and uh, I served. A, we had like a dinner for our now king. He was just a crown prince back then. Drinking beer with him after was probably, that's not professional, but that's better.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, and well, I don't know. As baker, what's the fanciest thing I've done as a baker? Nothing. Nothing really stands out other than made a lot of wedding cakes back when I was younger.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
that's no. I think if I probably remember my military time a little more fondly and did a few more accomplishment in politics than just in baking. You're just there to make it work.
Well, thank you for your service for your
Oh,
country.
it was my pleasure.
That's that's incredible. Um and like I certainly didn't know that you worked in politics, so that's something that we we probably have very much in common with. Um, I I can totally relate to those moments being um so special and things that you know that other people will never be able to claim because you did them. You helped activate that change. And that's I think that's a large reason why I have been involved with especially the Karen Reed case as close as I have been. I don't like what I'm seeing and I want to be a part of trying to fix it.
I
So
think that talking about politics, normally I never talk politics because, as Jordan said, Republican by sneakers too. And if you are one way or the other, people will say, "Hey, I don't watch it because." And I've always said it's so stupid watching the Karen Reed trial, especially after where people started saying, "Well, that's typical Democrat or Republican behavior." Karen Reed actually showed what America can be, because I still believe what Reagan said: "You are the shining city on the hill. You are the thing that the world should try to be." I know you have a lot of internal fighting right now, but you have internal fighting because politicians don't want you to unite. So they will play you against each other and make you hate the other side. You hate your neighbor because some idiot
sounds
in
like you do
Washington.
too.
Kind
Yeah.
of, it's the same thing where you want to keep the tension going, because if you hate your neighbor because he wants a 5-cent tax on
Oh my
gas,
God.
you don't have enough time to hate the government from taking 25-cent tax on your income taxes.
Yep.
And and sadly, that's one of the things that you don't see enough, but you saw it in the Karen Reed. You saw that people, no matter who they were and or what stupid election they had voted in which way, they stood together. But I was very surprised that no politician saw this as an opportune moment to go out and campaign on it.
Preach. I am
It
upset by it. I even offered Baker. I offered to head up fundraising for a candidate to set up some super PACs, political action committees for those who are not familiar. I I just how are how are you guys in if you're watching in Massachusetts, how do you accept this? How
I've,
do
I've
you
said
know that you
I've
live
said this
in
1,000 times. You should get your taxpayer. I would write on my tax, "You owe me for Hank Brennan." And again, I don't see it as a partisan issue, because I don't even know what Morris. I don't understand who is what, and you have 45 different layers of politics. I don't care. I just don't understand. Morrissey is getting elected. Why isn't a DA saying, or DA candidate saying, "Oh my effing God, this is golden"? There's a movement that put, some say 300, some say close to 1,000 people on the steps of a courthouse. I could run a bipartisan ticket by just being against Morrissey and get him out of the office.
absolute. Oh my God, why don't you come over here? I'll do some arranged marriage thing with
I have
someone.
an arranged marriage set up in Florida.
Okay. All right. Well, not Florida, in Massachusetts. Um and then we can get you elected. Like, obviously you're not dumb. Obviously you know how this works. I just cannot believe the uh, the blind acceptance of the people there. And I it on one sense, it breaks my heart. On the other, I'm like, you guys are allowing this. You're
Yeah,
just you're every time you go and vote or don't vote, you're allowing this.
and I think it's because what's a DA? Why should I vote for him? But they don't understand that the DA is the one who makes the choice to say we need Karen Reed found guilty. And I've seen that Mike have had. I think he actually had her on earlier today. The Young Jerks, a lady who is running for DA. But again, when you've been in the political arena, you know there's nothing like a good crisis that your competitor has put on yourself. I would run there. Why isn't every newspaper forcing the senator, governor, whatever takes care of the state, to have an opinion on this?
Right.
She's big on female rights. Why isn't they there saying this clearly is just pin it on the girl? Is that how it runs? And especially now, where when she was found innocent, she was just, yeah, I've heard about the verdict, blah blah, move on. She should be out here and say, we're going to look into this DA's office. We're going to ensure, again, it's a winning ticket for her to run on for the next election as well. And I know a lot of people don't like her because she wears some, I don't know if it's a donkey or a goose or whatever party flavor she likes, but I just don't understand how the news media, the politicians, the talking heads have all, if it wasn't for Aiden to raise this trial to begin with, it wouldn't have gotten that attention that it has now. And if it wasn't for YouTube, Karen Reed wouldn't have had the reach she had, because everything I've seen online was super anti Karen Reed, from
Leading
every
up to
MSM, and that's just my take on it. I'm very, very disappointed.
Me too.
But again, then I saw the nerve and heard that Karen Reed put on a powder blue suit to be because she wanted to be the Virgin Mary. And then I thought, yep, that lady has 177,000 subscribers. And she just said that. And no one, well, her comments were chewing her up. But again, she works, I think she works for some talking head, has like a media group. And that talking head should be talking to her now and say, you effing need to go out and quash this. This is stupid. We got 1,000 comments and 850 is hate. You need to go out and say, oh, I was absolutely mistaken. I just watched the documentary and I believe that.
Yeah. I really appreciate you saying that. Like, that's wow. Okay. So I don't know where to go next because I want to be respectful of your time. What's the Okay, what was your like moment where you were like, I need to speak up, and that pushed you into was it like posting first, or did you immediately go into like videos? What was that moment for you, and do you remember?
Why I started doing YouTube?
Yeah.
I lost my dad, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
it was the coof, and I was sitting. I had grown-up kids. My family doesn't live anywhere near me, and I was raised in a very political family. My mother was part of the board that runs the local Social Democrats, and been a candidate for them for a million years. And I always talk politics with my dad, and I lost my dad in August, and we had a election coming up for national government in November. So I was kind of like, I miss someone to talk politics with, because my siblings don't like to do it, and I have a buddy. And I thought no one is really covering Danish politics the way I like it. And I watched Nick Ricada a lot, and I watched a guy called Stig Hexenhammer. And Stig Hexenhammer had that saying that if you don't see what you like on YouTube, make it yourself. And I thought, yeah, it's not going to be anything, but I really need to get this politics thing off of my chest. So I thought I'm going to do like a Danish politic channel where I do rundowns on who are the parties, who are the candidates, and started doing that. And then I was just an avatar, because no one wanted to see my ugly face. And I did that for, well, that election, there were 13 parties running. I had candidates from 12 of them on, and interviewed them pretty good when I had like 30 subscribers or something like that. And I have always been interested in the law. My mom used to be a layman. I'm a layman. been a layman for 16 years. That's our jury system where we get elected for a 4-year period to do the number of cases we will then do. So I love more the behind the scenes of the law and that stuff. So I watched all the big cases when Ricada started, and then Ricada stopped, and then MLS, who's in chat, I don't know why I found him. He was covering the Letitia Stout case, and I kept spewing my BS in his chat, and he said, "Hey, I'm a lawyer, you're a layman. I want to know how the Danish system works." And I say, "No speaky English." And he said, "Come on, give it a try. I'm married to a Swede, so I have low standards." No, his wife is actually wonderful. For even for a Swede, she's wonderful. But he had me on. We did a show in, I think, January or February, the year after I started. And he said, "You're not that dumb. You could do something. You can speak English, barely speak English, but you can speak English." And then he said, "Can we try and do, because I have to work, but I want to cover this case. Can we like dual stream?" I said, "Sure." And that's where I started becoming a YouTuber, and
I love
onwards
that.
and upwards. So no, I started doing YouTube because I lost my mom to the big C, and 4 years later I lost my dad to, yeah, he was just getting old and he didn't want to do it anymore. So if I wasn't a political minded person, I wouldn't have started YouTube, and now I stay away from talking politics on YouTube because I don't want to get anyone angry. So
Oh,
that's my origin story. How a poor little baker wandered into the wide world of the YouTubes.
I think that's a great story. Thank you. What was the like can you pinpoint what is I'm gonna pivot. Can you pinpoint the hardest part about staying brutally honest on the internet these days? I think that's a better question to follow up what you just said.
Well, I think I've said this, talked about this on my own channel, because I get these people who come in and then they like, as you can see, I have a really cool group of viewers who
Yeah.
are really fun to hang out with, who makes me do it. Because last year when I took my week's vacation and went to Tennessee, I was probably streaming or working with YouTube close to 60 hours a week. I was burned out. I
I
did 8 hours
bet.
of live streaming every single day. Then I did a 2 hour show every Saturday, and I tried to book Sundays panel shows. Then you're sitting on the back end. You have to kind of keep an eye on everyone else who's covering everything or what's coming up. So I I need to be myself. I can't do Marissa, my mod, is one of those who said, "You need to sell it better. You need to grift harder sometimes in chat." And then I do the Monday, Monday, Monday. But I couldn't be one of those super excited YouTubers. I can't sit there because I do what I do. I do live streaming from court, and it's a long process.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have it in you, and you just have to step through it. But I also have that staying true to myself is really important. And I'm 27 years old. I've been on this planet for almost 50 years, and I have done the changes I need to try and placate other people and try to be the person they want me to be. And you have these people who will come in and say, "Oh, that's such a misogynist take." Well, if you, that's your opinion, and don't call me that. You'll get out. People come in and say, "Why do you let?" I have a wonderful, funny person called Brandon in my chat. He is a little rough around the edges. A lot of people don't like him. I think he's funny as f, and they will tell me how to run my channel, and I'm always trying to go back to their channel and see, Nope, still no videos. So I'm not sure they know better than I do. Again, we're talking about, do I want to go here or do I want to stay for 6 years? And I believe with honesty, by being consistent and being open about, I don't show my kids on screen. Actually, you can see it on my Jody Aries pictures. There's child pictures of them. I don't show my grandkid on screen. I'll talk about stuff like that, but I won't talk about them. But I'm brutally honest about myself, because I think with this parasocial connection you have to be honest. And if I have a bad day, I have a bad day. I have two herniated discs. I'm in constant pain. So
Oh,
those
that's
days where
great.
I'm just in pain, I'll let them know, because you can't sit there and say, "Oh my God, it's so great to see you all. Oh, Sue, you're so funny. Oh, no, Harmony. Oh, that's so great to hear."
No, I
So
think
you need to be honest, and you have had those days where you think, okay, I'm going to put it on. I need to do a show tonight. It's not a great night, but you can do it, but you can't do it that amount of time. And if you're not you, uh, you won't survive. You need to have thick skin, and you need to be honest with your audience. And you won't be the biggest channel on YouTube, but you will have some amazing people following you.
I couldn't agree more. Um, and YouTube has been a great option for me to to also put out what I want to put out into the world, and it has been a very interesting, let's say, like, social experiment. Um, I I mean, like, how do you decide who deserves, like, who is deserving of your time and energy when there are so many cases out there and there's so many people wanting your attention? What are the factors that go into helping you make those decisions?
If it sounds interesting, I'll check it out. And I'm you probably been asked this. What are you going to do now? Are you going to do Coburger? And I'm probably not going to do Coburger. I haven't followed it enough. There's way
Mm.
people out there. I saw Yo-Yo was in the chat earlier. They have more insight into that. I just like to do the hit and run cases. I jumped on that high school kid who stabulated some people. Thought it would be interesting. Just got annoyed because of their ugly haircuts and the way the defense lawyer asked questions. Uh, Dave, I don't dump a lot of trials halfway through. I've done it twice, but I'll try and find something that's interesting, something that's not too long, because you get fucking bored. Karen Reed was hell for me. 6 months of watching a trial.
Oh,
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. And and then, as Jemima says in chat, I have a great team. Your husband will probably get really sick of you, so get a mod team that you can talk to. That's really important, that you can dump on them and you can say, hey, I'm thinking about, I don't think I'm going to do Coburger. What else is in the pipeline? And they'll say, hey, there's this case or that case. And I say, oh, that looks interesting. Can you get me some background on that? And they will find the court papers and stuff, because I don't do my homework. And that's why I decide, and who's worthy of my time. Everyone's worthy of my time. You always, almost everyone will get one shot to piss me off. If you piss me off, or you treat me badly, or you're disrespectful, you will never have my time again, but I will never talk about you either. So I won't go out there and say, yeah, I'm not, never going. I have people I've streamed with where I've thought, why did you even contact me? Because you clearly didn't know who I am. You saw that last year when the Karen Reed stopped, I blew up. I got like 4,000 subscribers on one stream because I invited. I think I was kind of the first who did the Karen Reed panel stream that a lot of people are doing now. I invited the Young Jerks, Bedero, Brandy Churchwell.
oh, I love Brandy. I've had her on.
Yeah, she is wonderful. She's a
Mhm.
sweetheart.
Mhm.
And either Runkle or Andrew,
Brunkle's
I can't
really
remember the first
smart.
one, but I invited them on and we did and then I blew up. And then all of a sudden I got all these DMs. Hey, you want to be on my show? Because people saw that I was growing. So I went on shows where I thought, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be super interesting. I watched that show. I really like that person. And you're sitting there thinking, so I
They're
just
just
don't go
not
back
that
there.
impressive.
Well, it just treat you like crap.
Got it.
Yeah, I had Valhalla on, but he doesn't count because
I
he's
don't
my
have
mod.
mods. I hear you keep talking about your mods. Like, I haven't gotten to that point yet. Um, but I I mean, I've got a lot to consider. You've pointed a lot,
Well,
but
I also have to warn you because I had a mod apocalypse because I had to clean house with my mods also
that's
because
why I don't have mods.
but you need some people that you know are good people that you have seen. Okay, they act nice. Like I started going back to streaming on Rumble, and I thought I didn't have any mods over there because Irish is actually my mod over there, but she forgot she had Rumble, so I had no mods, and I was going away to Tennessee, so I needed someone to run it. So I had Anime Rumpy, who's always coming in saying, "Why not streaming on Rumble? I don't watch YouTube." I said, "Okay," and then I asked, "Can you be a mod?" Because okay, I need one over there. They have shown they are okay. I have my Discord where I have my mod room. I know my older mods will yell at him if he does anything wrong. They can keep themselves in check. But I have like a core group of mods that the ones who will help me get papers, who I will ping pong with, and then I have like my mods. That's more okay. Tonight I'm having my dream is I know everyone wants AJ and Yannetti. My dream is having Liza Little on. That would be my dream guest. But
I think that's very interesting. Please, sorry to interrupt.
yeah, but if they
Yeah,
come on, you go in your mod room and say, hey, could you maybe if you have time come back today? But the core group of mods, I'll talk to them. Well, they will as soon as I get off here and go to bed, I'll hear bing 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 because they like to talk about puppies and I
I
don't
heard
know.
you talking about that on your stream yesterday. Look how cute the puppy is while you're asleep.
Yeah,
I thought that
Sue,
was
I've gotten rid of a lot of mods last year. I just had one very noticeable mod, but again, I don't talk about the past. You wanted to hear why I wanted Liza Little on because I'm very fascinated about the process more than I've heard what Alan Jackson has to say. I can learn a little bit why he chose that strategy, but Liza, I feel she's the backbone. You can't be a
yeah.
flashy attorney if you don't have a great.
Speaking of puppies, one wants to come in my room, so keep going.
Yeah, but you can't have uh, a team that carefree can just go into a case if you don't have a backbone like Liza Little. And I think her and Alessi was such a great team to figure out. Okay, we need this document, we need that uh, information for Bev, and I really want to know because in the first trial I wasn't impressed by her because she has that shaky voice and you know how it is. You need to sound confident. You've said
Confident.
that to
Yeah.
you have had politician who sounded just like her, and you said you need speech class because you sound insecure, and
I've
she
done
she
that
grew.
before for one
Yeah,
of my candidates. I've
yeah.
made them like go to a stylist. I've made them do a it's called Toastmasters in America. I don't know if you have it.
Yeah, for weddings.
No, 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 no. Well, technically you
Well, the
could,
only
but
Toastmaster we use is the guy you talk to at a wedding to. Hey, I
when you
want to
give a
give a
toast,
speech. Hey,
Yeah, so
Mary, remember when we were drunk at that party when you were 14 and you puked in your hair?
Toastmasters is a program that you can get into um, pretty much anywhere in America, and it teaches you how it's like a training of how to speak without saying yeah. It's like just it trains you to be a more effective communicator. So, um, it's important. But what I was gonna say about Liza, I think Liza is genuinely the brains behind the the trial. Like, I think having that female um i- perspective was extremely helpful um in being able to push back when Jackson didn't want to hear it. I think that's just my opinion.
Well, I think she was because again, you need the flash. You need AJ is a good. He could put emotion in. He can ask the questions, but you need someone who can make sure. I'm going to ask about this piece of data. Am I correct? And you need someone you trust 100% say yes. I have
To check the case
checked
law.
it, double checked it, triple, and I have this document that can prove it. You need
Right.
those people when you want to be, and then because then you are free to say, okay, I need to elicit these emotions for the jury. I need to be ready for this objection and then have this answer for the judge because I don't have to. Is it page 120 or 220? I can't. You can't be in that mindset, and I really wanted. I want to know how the team worked behind the scenes because I've seen what the lawyers do, and they are all over right now. They're doing their rounds, and um, that's wonderful. And everyone is saying, "Oh, you should try and get them on too." That's another thing with YouTube. Everyone wants the same show on every channel.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
work like that, you guys. Go create your
it's
own shit.
no, but I was just I saw them on Runkle and thought it was a great show, and then they go on to other shows, and it's kind of like, yeah, if I had them on in 2 weeks, what they would have said all the same stories, and they're just repeating everything. So I don't want to. That's not. And again, how many times can you ask the same question? And
Right.
that's that's. I would rather have something new, something weird. Or maybe
So
if you can get me Paula on. I like how she draws. I don't want to know shit about how she saw the evidence. I don't care, but I want to know how the experience is being a juror because no one talks about how annoying it is to sit on a hard chair for 6 hours a day. How mad
boy
you got for the
with a
half
herniated
days.
disc
Yeah.
and spondylize. What do I have, Frank? No, he I caught him off guard. I have a really messed up neck, Baker, and I was in the hospital last month for quite a while. And I'm only 38. I don't think that's old. And it's YouTube has brought a lot of light to my life. Um it's also brought some needing situations, you know? Like
Well,
all the
you
crazies.
you will learn a number of new skills. You will learn how to look at people and say, "Yeah, okay,
100%.
yeah."
I have I have noticed certain people who questioned my intentions at first. Now they want to be friends with me and I'm like, "Hmm." By the way, this is Pearl. Pearl Pearl Bailey. She's kind of struggling to show herself. This is my French bulldog. She is a fan and she helped me do some research on you this past week. Uh So if you hear any snorting while we're sitting here, that's not mid-laugh. That is my Frenchie snoring. But kind of going back to what you were saying, I I I've wondered this in watching what I've seen of yours. Do you feel like, because of the fact that you are known for saying what a lot of other people won't say, do you feel like you're oftentimes guided by what people want to hear? Or do you think that you do a pretty good job, like, following your North Star, like following your genuine, honest to God opinion, even if people won't like to hear it?
I get in fights with my own chat a lot. Sue and I are notorious for, we were covering the Ashley Benefield trial, and we were on opposite sides. Every day we got
That was
into a fight about
Yeah.
if it was self-defense or not self-defense. And every day some people would be like, oh, but I think both Sue and I are grown-ups, so we know that we are not an echo chamber. I know some channels, if you have if the host has an opinion, everyone must have that opinion. Right now we're discussing that kid case, and I have to believe that he will be found guilty just because someone isn't there to take the stand. And juries are notorious like that, and people are saying, well, that's wrong. Yeah, but that's just facts. And I'll argue people in my chat, but yeah, we will always you need frolicking as a woman.
Hey, I think all
No,
two
it's
genders need frolicking.
no, it's very if you're a man, you have a smex called, every morning you start with an hour where the ladies just get to yap, talk about women problem. Then you send them frolicking and you do tax evasion schemes. It's really it's a man's world. That's
You
from
are something. I just don't know what,
you
sir.
didn't watch that trial. It's the same trial where you learned you have to drink your urine, and what the hell was the other thing he was
I
talking
heard
about?
you talking about that yesterday. You were like, "Yeah, he drank his urine because it's super good for them," and I was like, uh, "What?" Um,
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
that was
remember
another
hearing
thing.
it was good for you.
Well, some people believes, and I had one in chat who apparently had a different opinion on it than me. But as again, back to my North Star. My North Star is I don't care.
I love that. Thank
I
you.
I have some wonderful people, and I love being a YouTuber. But if everyone goes away and say, "Well, you are effing idiot," which I am, um, I would probably still be sitting here with nothing. I might choose to do it less than I do. I but if I'm not me, back to what I said in the beginning, if I'm just one of the TV presenters who sit here and say, "Oh, we have a horrible case today, and we gave it a clickbaity name because you really have to listen to me now because I'm going to put on some music that sets a tone," and I could never ever think that a defendant could be innocent because I am paid to settle clickbait, and I couldn't work with that. I if I think someone is guilty, I'll say it. I'll say, well, I hate this, but I will also say in the same trial, Sarah Boone said the state needs to prove Sarah Boone is effing guilty. No doubt about it. But they need to prove it. It's
Yep.
not enough that I don't like her, but I will have my opinion, and I always tell it's not a safe place on my channel. We don't attack people, but and if people will attack someone, they can attack me, and I get, especially with the Karen Reed, I've had some trolls in, and yeah, you'll just make fun of them, but You don't have to agree with me. That's not my channel. My channel is to show trial coverage and my opinion on it. Maybe I can tell you what it is they are talking about if you don't know it. And I want your input to see, okay, where are you standing? Um, and I
I
think a lot of that is just I have I have given too many fucks in my life. I don't need to do it anymore. You're muted. 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 Muted.
Hello. That's never happened to me before. It really hasn't. So,
No, I said
there's a
exactly
first
the
time
same
for
last night.
anything. Hi,
And she said it
Anthony.
happens to everyone once.
Well, I was coughing, so I muted myself, and then yeah, forgot to unmute. Anthony is my bro. He lives in the same area as I do. Still haven't run into each other in real life, but it's only a matter of time. Um, and I really appreciate your answer, Baker. Thank you. Um, have you noticed that people just I think that you've touched on this, so we don't have to go all in, but I want to confirm the next two questions. Do you think that people flock to opinions that they agree with? Because I'll give you an example. My co-host, uh Peter, I love this dude. I think he is brilliant. I think he's funny. He won't listen to what like it, for example, with the Karen Reed case, he did not want to listen to what the prosecution was putting out there. And I was like, dude, and maybe that's from politics, Baker. Like, you have to know what the other side is saying in order to formulate a responsible and uh understandable argument. And even if we have to grit our teeth, I did that with the last president in the United States. I he wasn't my favorite, but I listened. I listened so I could understand and have a genuine conversation with those people that did believe in what he was saying. Oh shit, we got Carla. She is OG. Hey girl, I used to live in Tremont. She'll know what that means. And I it's great. I love Cleveland, big Cleveland fan. But going back to what I was gonna say. Um, do you feel like people just navigate towards what they want to hear, or do you think that people are genuinely interested in different perspectives? Because I fit the latter. I want to hear what everyone has to say, like a group think, but not in like a bad way, like cult. I want to hear what everyone has to say before I make a formulated decision on how I feel. What are your thoughts?
I think a lot of people have a tendency to find one channel who they like the opinion on X case, and they will stay with them forever, and they will believe that everything they say is right because they must be right. I liked them back when they covered John Jones, and now they're covering Susanson. And I just believe everything because I just like to hang out here. I have actually had a not a well, sometimes I have a good amount of people who come in and say, I really like coming over to you because we are allowed to discuss in chat. Other channels will just have the echo chamber. And I think it's wrong. I do it sometimes if I can see well, chat gets a little too cozy with a trial, I'll flip it on its head and say, "Oh, that was a really good question from the defense attorney. Oh, I didn't think about it. Yeah, imagine that. Mm, what if the glove did fit, but because he was sitting on his hand before and he had the plastic glove under, I think this guy might have done it." Just because sometimes you need to kick your own audience a little bit and not be conforming. A lot of people come to hang out and will just go with the flow, but I think a lot of people a lot of people just want to be confirmed. I don't understand how
Confirmation.
25,000 people watch Lawn and Crim every day. Why don't they go to a channel where they don't have to go to mine? Because I stop before I talk over court, but some people will only talk when there are natural breaks in court. So you at least can have some perspective just sitting there listening to a court case. 25,000 people. I'm like, are you idiots? And when you look at their chat, everyone is just.
Oh,
I went into. That's why actually why I went to watch MLS back in the day, because I had to watch it on Lawn and Crim because Ricada wasn't streaming.
I'm
And
still catching on to your like code words. My co-host warned me about this. Stabulator and like the
well,
words
it's
that
the
you
YouTube
use.
words because you will get hit. You're not monetized, but
No,
if
I'm
you're
not.
monetized, but if you're monetized, you have to know you have to say grape, you stabulator, red rum, and it's really annoying. And but I've actually noticed during the can read, I said the c word a lot, and I didn't get hit for that one, but
Say
you
hello.
got hit for the arm picture a lot. So yeah.
You'll have to send me. Do you have like oh, sorry. Do you have like written down a list of
No,
of words?
I don't do homework. That's Jemima and Marissa that does homework. I have my mod team down. I have Jemima and Marissa. They will they will do my homework for me. Marissa will contact. She's also my booker. She will contact interns and yell at them. And I have Jamie. She's my boss. She'll just yell at me. So that's how I
Jamie
work.
Jamie was funny when you were trying to figure out whose show you were going on today on your stream yesterday. I I literally I clipped that and sent it to my co-host and my husband. And I was like, "You got to watch all the way to the end to the southern accent because that shit made me laugh so hard." I thought it.
Well,
I was like, I
Jamie and I
can't wait.
have a great chemistry, and that's another thing because uh, if you can find if you can find someone you have a good chemistry with, uh, she's that. I don't know. Have you ever watched wrestling?
I
You know,
mean,
you know what the WWE is. You know
yeah,
the
yeah.
basics of wrestling. In wrestling, they have like a color commentator. He's the guy who'll do the "Oh my, incredible," and do all the outbursts. And then you'll have your straight commentator who will sit there and say, "And this bout is between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. It's an amazing bout. Welcome to WrestleMania 2." And you need those two because if you just have the guy who sits constantly and talks about Andre the Giant, he is not moving like he used to. You will get really bored. And if you have a guy who is just, "Oh my God, off the top rope, leg drop. No, no, don't go. My God, he got him off his feet." You can't listen to that either. So you need the two people. And Jamie and I are a great fit because I'm highly sarcastic and unemotional, and she'll just burst out laughing on the most inappropriate times. So we have a
Oh,
great chemistry in that way, and that's one of the things that you need. And she is probably the biggest Ohio State corner. I actually painted a cornhusker for her because she's such a great Ohio State fan.
you painted a corn husker for her.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
I'm I'm trying to um if any of you are the people that he's referring to, I please reach out to me. I need more people like this in my life. And Peter is like, I love Peter. He and I work off
Oh, it's a
off of
Buckeye.
each other.
I don't know what. I don't do your sports team. It's
Oh,
a
it's
Buckeye.
okay. I think you might have been. No, that's a thing. Go Bucks. OH. Do you know what you do when I say
I
OH?
say hi or he or so. I
You
don't know.
say,
Jamie is a and she's probably the biggest Ohio State fan in the world. So
okay.
I did
Well,
that. She
I
knows
could.
every player on every team in Ohio.
I have a bunch of Ohio State swag that I could hook Jamie up with, especially if she would help me with some streams. We're the Buckeyes, so I love that. The Ohio State Cornhuskers. That was really good. That was
I
really
I
funny.
I might get it. I don't. But Jamie
Hey,
is really
I'm not judging you. How in the hell are you supposed to keep up with this stuff?
well.
Like
I know the Vols because I've been at Neyland
Tennessee.
Stadium, and I know the Gamecocks because I giggle when they say the name.
I know. When I first heard the Gamecocks, I literally thought it was my college dude friends just trying to yank my chain. Like I thought they were just like fucking with me, to say it the least. So all right. Have you ever put out like a video
Well,
and
when I was younger, I did put out sometimes.
okay, recently, like 10 years?
Well, I'm
Um
27 years old, so
you're 27 years old, but you're almost 50. So you're 47.
no, I'm
Okay.
27.
I can't I am the queen of dry humor to the point my friends don't know what if I'm serious or not, and you even have me confused.
Yeah, it's because 27 sounds a lot like lying seven in Danish. So everyone turns 27 for the rest of their life,
Oh,
and we
okay.
just call it lying seven. But that's
Okay. See,
that's
like it and I didn't oh, I saw someone say go Bills. That is Peter's my co-host's favorite team. So he's going to love that came up. I damn it, Baker, what was I talking about before I heard go?
putting out a video.
Yeah, but there was something else. Okay. Maybe it'll come back to me. So have you ever put out a video and thought, "Oh shit, this one's going to really stir the pot." Um and if so, did it? Like what video was it and what happened? Cuz I didn't put out a video, but I put out a very uh snarky statement, and it it actually went a lot better than I had anticipated. So I'd like to hear if you've ever had a situation like that.
I have had one stream where I
People are saying
thought
plebin.
that's my one stream where when I did it, I totally changed my what I'm gonna do, and I ended up doing what I set out to do, but had changed my mind on doing. Again, I have zero fucks left to give. I
I love
don't
that.
do things to hit the algorithm. Of course, you try to massage it and do the hey, your videos must be 8 to 12 minute long, and try and do that. But I can't stop talking, so there'll be 20 minutes if they're 20 minutes, and there'll be 8 minutes if they're 8 minutes. I don't go. Of course, you try and hit the stride, but I'm not the one who's going to go out there and try and be first and loudest about something. I like the way I do it, and again, I don't. Well, sometimes you're oh my God, how did I get 1,000 subscribers over the weekend? And other times you're thinking, why the hell haven't I gotten one
Oh
subscriber
my God.
over the last month? Um, and so I don't go around and find it. But when Plevin said yes, I had Marissa write him. And I think he didn't understand that Baker Media is my company. That
Okay.
that is the one that has broken Baker as a host on that its show. So he was all gung ho to talk about his book, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cross this guy. I'm gonna run him over." And on the day off, I went in again to my mod group and said, "No, I'm actually considering doing a real show. I'm gonna be fair with him. I'm gonna be honest with him, and I'm gonna talk about his book." And they were like, "Well, yeah, that's probably a good idea." And it lasted 2.5 minutes, and then he was screaming like a toddler about some DNA evidence I never mentioned. And I
I heard
took him.
about this. Now that you're saying this, I heard about this.
It's an absolute train wreck of a stream. I muted him. I took him off screen. I yelled at him. He yelled at me. I did an hour show after where I said, "I'm sorry it ended like this." He did an hour stream talking about how if he hadn't come on my channel, I wouldn't have had any traction. I think I had like 100, not 100, but at least 10 times the numbers he had watching him. So yeah, thank you, Plevin. You really made me. But I actually wanted that to be I was going to shit on him because he got dates wrong in the books. He had no evidence for half the things he was saying. He claimed the Salem witch trial was started by middle-aged women when everyone knows it were teenage girls who did it.
Yeah.
Again, I live in Denmark and I know more about Salem witch trials than Plevin. But that stream was actually supposed to be a real stream. And I think everyone came looking for blood and they got blood. And I didn't want to give them blood. But we ended up, because he was such an obnoxious asshole, I had to scream at him.
I screamed at someone. It happens like once a year. I want to say, like, at this juncture in my life, I've learned that, like, it's just not worth the emotional energy, right? Like, kind of zero fucks. If it does, especially if it doesn't involve me. But this situation in particular, it was like 2 days ago. I wasn't sure what the fallout was gonna be, and if it was somehow gonna get to Denmark and you were gonna be like, "Ooh, I don't know about this." And I I literally went full mass hole on this guy and called this guy a fucking loser, and he deserved it. I'm just gonna leave it there. But I it's you kinda put out those things and you don't know that it's about to come out, and then it comes out and you're like, "Oh god. Oh, oh god."
I had I do some rants sometimes, and it's not because I wanna, but because I just lose my mind when people get like I started doing that lost their mind section where
I love
I
that, by
get
the
a
way.
yeah, I get a little more ranty in that because I need to get it off my chest, but it's you need to do that as well because you can't toe the line and you can't be goody two shoes with everyone. And if people react to you or they contact you and you just just let it just let me be, and they won't let you be, yeah, then you have to tell them there's a cactus, go sit on it, and that's just how it is. And I think, again, as I said half an hour ago, about the authenticity that you show your audience. They can also tell if you play for the views. If I say something, it's because I believe in it. Do I turn it up to 11 sometimes? Of course I do. We are selling a product as the YouTubers. We want eyes on our, because the more eyes we get on this, hopefully the more eyes will get on the next one. So sometimes you might be a little more colorful than you normally are, but no, I don't go. I don't go making the clickbait. I don't go make the,
Me neither.
oh, I'm trying to break the algorithm and have everyone talk about me, because I find it a
Overwhelming.
little bad when people do that thing where they just sit and watch your show and say, because that video kind of went viral, so I'll steal your thunder because you had some lightning. So uh, I just want to be myself. I just want to be a middle-aged asshole who don't give f's. And when I turn off my stream, I'll still have a wonderful grandson and two wonderful girls. Uh, so it doesn't really matter if people are. I have one person who called me dumb right now on Twitter, and called Karen a
Oh,
killer, and I said you should use Google. You don't know she's an innocent woman. Found not guilty in court. I like playing with all these idiots. I could I
right.
could do daily, hey, you're so dumb videos, but I also have the mentality that if you invite all of this negativity in, you will turn negative.
Yeah.
I have had I've had to fight not a depression, but something like it. I got mad at God when my mom died,
Yeah.
and because I got that, I got mad at the world. And if you're mad at the world will be mad at you because you can only see anger.
Preach.
And I chose that that was not the path I wanted to be on. I had two kids. Well, they were about to be young adults at that time, but that I had to be there for. And if I was always constantly negative, I would lose more than I would gain. So that's why I don't want to do the drama all the time. But it's fun to dip your toes into when you can yell at people.
Especially when you know you're on the historically correct side. When you undoubtedly know that this is a topic where you are smarter than the other person, and you um I mean, in my situation, with people that have a problem with me, it's over really, really stupid, uh, not well formulated arguments that I don't respond to, because I'm like, I you you do not mean enough to me to spend time thinking about this, and I know 100% after soul searching and talking to others about it, like, you're wrong, and I'm gonna let you be a right fighter. Like, you go ahead and you die on that hill and enjoy, 'cause
Yeah,
I don't wanna
I
hear
don't
about
need to stand next to you if you choose to be let this be your final battle. I don't have to be there. I can if I if I if I think you're right, yeah, I'll stand right next to you. But if I think you're just out there to drum up some drama, it's but again, drama is great on YouTube because it'll give you that spike. It's kind of like sugar. Sugar is wonderful. It's the best legal drug you can have because you'll get happy instantly. The problem is you crash right hard. Um,
if
so
you
let's celestial force was mentioning that lady that Caffey Daffy was trying to
coffin digger.
yeah go on the high horse too. You need to take into consideration that lady who self-deleted, who ran a fox rescue. She also had previous existing mental health issues.
Are you
So
talking
it
about the
wasn't
lady
just
that
because someone was harassing her online. She also had mental issues. And I'm not saying everyone can be an asshole like I am, but I just don't give a fuck.
right,
And some
don't
people
change.
will. I know people who can't stream just because they're afraid of the camera.
Yeah,
Some people who are wonderful people to talk to, but they just can't do it. Some people can't handle someone calling them. I get called fat and stupid daily on TwitSwat, and nothing gives me
Twitter.
more joy. Like I haven't got a mirror in my house. We are not that low tech in Denmark. We do have mirrors, so I know I'm fat, and I know I'm not the smartest person in the world. So it doesn't hurt me. Other people will feel very, very discouraged by that. So I'm not saying be like me, because I'm me. I'm a grade A asshole who doesn't mind people saying nasty stuff about me. And I will defend people out there if people go and say nasty stuff to them, because I can be the lightning rod. But if you don't like it, that I I know that some people will take it close to them and are very, but I don't have emotions. I have two emotions. It's I don't care and I hate you. That's my emotion. I only have love for my family. So I don't sit here and cry when people call me fat online. I really don't care about it, because it's just a sign that they are miserable people. But I know some
It is.
people can't handle it, and that's why act accordingly. Take a break from social media. Stay away from YouTube for a day. If you get a little upset, call someone.
Yeah.
Um, you do
Have a
you
support
first.
system. I mean,
Yeah,
like, I I went through a really dark depression, and YouTube had a little bit to do with it, in February, and, I was just being berated, and it really got to my head, and I made it clear that I was really struggling. I'm very thankful for the support system I had, um, because I can't imagine having to just deal with it alone. And if there's anyone out there, that needs someone to talk to, I am the nice person. I am the person that will message back. Just don't take it for granted. Um, with that being said, if you haven't done so already, if you're just joining in, if you could please make sure to like the video, whether you're on Twit Twat or YouTube. Um, if you like it enough to share it, or if you're just like a really nice person, that would be awesome. And make sure to follow Baker on all of the things. But I'm
it's
glad.
mostly just me yelling at people who I think are dumb. So
I love this. I appreciate this conversation. And I appreciate what your your chat is bringing here to the table. So we have a few minutes left. I'm gonna just bounce through a few quick questions if that's okay with you. Um, what is something that you wish your audience understood about how to run a successful channel? Um, I was gonna say like business at both from a business perspective and like um all the things. What is something that you wish that they understood?
I don't know, because I don't run a successful YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel and some amazing fans, and I have been very blessed by some very generous people. So I'm not the one to ask about success, because I don't think I'm successful. I'm always striving to be better. And yes, I have been very blessed, and I can't tell you why anyone would ever give me a super chat, but I'm tremendously happy they do. A thing I want some people to understand is it's really, really hard doing what we do when we do these long hour days. So if I'm not answering, it's not because I hate you and uh, I I thought you were one of the good ones. It's because I've been streaming for 8 hours. I've been recording videos for maybe an hour before, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning. A lot of people think that I'm really interested in what they're doing at 8 o'clock in the evening. No, I'm really interested in getting some sleep. Uh, but other than that, I don't know how to run a successful YouTube channel, because I don't do it. And I don't know how to run it as a business, because I don't understand why people like me. So in Denmark, we have a thing called the Jante law, the law of Jante, where no one is allowed to be better than anyone else. It's a weird socialist thing that we have, but you don't stand out from the crowd. So every Dane has an inferiority complex. We are not good enough. So I don't understand why I have one subscriber. Well, that's myself. 2 subscribers,
Aw.
and I
I
don't understand why I ever get a super chat. And that makes me amazingly humble to what I do. That's why I have all my super chats I put on post-its, and I'll put it in that basket over there. So I have them to remind me how blessed I have been. But if
Aw.
anyone out there is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I could probably give some advice of what I would suggest to them, and it is just to do it. Try to find something you care about, and don't be that YouTube channel that you watch all the time, because that YouTube channel exists. Be you, be honest, be authentic, and don't go chasing waterfalls looking for the that you used to, because it's gonna be your way or no
I know that
way.
it's gonna be in your way or nothing at all. But I think you're going too fast. Boom, boom. There you go.
And again, it's really important that you're yourself. That's all I can say. And I think that's what have given me that little bit of luck I have had on YouTube, is that I'm the same baker if I have 5,000 people or I have 200 people. Because I don't know how to be anyone else. Because if I did, I would.
Okay. I love that. I love that. That was really good, Baker.
Oh yeah, and let me say, Shore Life is correct. Never beg for money. I hate
Nope.
the grifting part of being a YouTuber. I I know that, again, I'm blessed. I have made a lot of money on YouTube, and I'm very blessed. It's given me 2 trips to America where I met a lot of new people. Hopefully, it could give me a new computer, because mine is. But I hate those people who sit there constantly and say, "Hey, do you know?" I could really, because you have a lot of people out there who use YouTube as an outlet because they don't have money to go
Anything.
and do stuff. And that's another thing. The posted thing was on another channel I followed, but they only did posted for, I think, like $20 and up. But $20 can be nothing to someone, and it can be a week's worth of groceries for someone else.
Absolutely.
And that's why I like being an inferiority complex hit guy, because I remember that you have to be grateful for everyone. And some people just take it for granted that, why don't you pay me? I'm like, why do you pay me? So that's what I would recommend people to treat everyone equal and stay true to yourself.
Well, I think that is a remarkable perspective. Are you okay for one more question?
Can I ask you I don't know if you would grant me this. Can you give Valhalla a wrench? Because
I don't
he
know
would
how
be
to do
happy.
that. How do I
You
do
see,
that?
if you hit the 3 dots on you have the YouTube chat on your control panel in YouTube. You have your control panel open.
I'm on StreamYard.
Oh, you're not fancy like the rest of us. I have three screens set up. So
Oh yeah, no, I just have my laptop. I'm barely holding on, baby.
well,
Once hey guys, once you give me $100 in super chats, because I don't have super chats, maybe I can be fancy. You mean like
well,
that, Baker?
Google Marketplace is a great way to start. I got two screens for, I think, like $60, and they are amazing because they are smaller screens, and one of them is tilted, so it's easier to read chat and stuff like that.
Oh, I like
Uh,
that. I'll
that's a,
look, and
that's
I will give
actually,
him a wrench. I will. I'll go into YouTube after this, and I will give him a wrench. Is that
yeah.
okay?
Well, he will not be okay. He will stay up till he gets a wrench someday. Uh, he's called the YouTube mechanic because he has so many wrenches.
So, okay, walk me through this, Baker. I'm on YouTube now.
Are you
I
in the
opened it up.
go into your videos?
Okay,
It,
it's running
are
a
you?
little slow. Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
yeah, I can see. But if you're on the first page, if you just open YouTube, up in the left corner you have the three lines, and then said go down to your videos and go to your live, and you can see the one that's live. It has like an icon, like I think like dots with some wavy lines around it. If you found that one, hit then that opens up your control panel for this stream.
Okay, I see. Um, so I'm on my page, and it says like manage videos, and then it has like tabs on the side. It says home, shorts, subscriptions, your downloads. I'm not seeing the three. The
You're
three.
in YouTube. I'm in YouTube Studios. You have you.
Oh, YouTube Studio is on my
No, no,
phone.
no, no. If you go into the if you're on the YouTube front page of the first one that opens up with YouTube, in the top left corner there's like three dots you can hit that'll open up home, short, subscriptions, YouTube Music, and you have a tab called You, and there's one called Your Videos.
Yes.
Hit that one.
I went to YouTube Studio, so give me a second to get out of YouTube Studio. We're almost there,
This is
guys. We're almost
this is
there.
what we do in the back room normally when you're meeting new people and say, "How are you doing this?" And you sit there and you screen share.
Okay, you said you. Go to you. The you
Yeah,
button.
yeah. Go to your.
Okay, it says. Oh, by the way, guys, someone brought this up earlier. When you search for my name, there are a lot of Lacey Janes, ironically enough. So I am going to be
Do it
changing
before you
that.
get monetized because it's hell when you're monetized. Uh, but you, and then you have your videos in you.
Okay.
Then you hit that, you'll get into channel content in YouTube Studios.
I'm seeing history. I am seeing playlists, watch later, liked videos in your
Why don't
clip.
you have your videos should be between playlist and watch later?
I don't have it.
Then go into YouTube Studio.
Okay. And
And
like this is not usually like
you're gonna hang out a lot in here when because when you start get monetized, you have to go in and check if they demonetized you and stuff like that.
I've been looking recently to see where my numbers were. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, YouTube Studio, going in.
Yes, and then you go down to the tab called content.
My husband and I, Baker, we had to turn off all of the Wi-Fi objects in our home tonight. Because the last two things that I've done, the last two streams have been so laggy that I didn't want it to be laggy tonight. And one of the things that it said was to like not have anything else with
It's okay. We are almost done. I'm just gonna teach you how to get into your mod section or into your live videos.
I'm looking while it's is it under community?
No, it's under content. If you just go into content and then choose this stream that we are in right now, you have you can hit it and there's like a dot with two ring half brackets around it. If you go to the video that's live right now, you have like a pin, then you have like a Analytics, you don't have monetization. It's called live control room. On the video, if you have that video, you probably have to go to the live tab in the top bar if you haven't done that already.
What in the hell? No wonder I haven't done this. This is a whole thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you'll have to figure out back there.
Okay, I gotta set this down.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I don't know why you have it up to your mouth, because again, it's you have it set so high, so
There's nowhere else to put it.
No, but it's fine where it is now. You can hear you clearly. It's
okay, good. Okay.
Did you find the live tab and the video that's live right now?
No, it's not coming up. It's last week's says.
Are you in channel content?
I was, and then I went to channel dashboard.
That's where the hell is that? I had never seen that. But channel content under the live stream, there should be, if you are live on YouTube right now, and I know you are because I have it up on another screen.
Okay.
There should be there should be.
I found content.
Yeah, channel content. Yeah, it says content. You hit that, and it'll say channel content. It say inspiration, video, shorts, live, post.
Okay.
Then you hit the live. Hit the live button.
Okay, hitting it.
Can you see there's one that says it's live?
Yeah.
If you go to that one and you go, there's some tabs next to the thumbnail. One of them is a dot with two brackets around it.
Live in, or view in live control room. Okay.
Yeah. Then you hit that one.
Okay.
In that one, that's where, when you become a massive channel and you sit with 2,000-3,000 in chat and you need to slow down chat, that's where you do this. When you get the access to do like memberships and stuff like that, that's where you set up that only members can, or subscribers can. But in that, you can go and you can see the chat out on the right side. The live chat or top, it's on top chat. It doesn't matter. But in that one, if you can see Valhalla in that, he just almost just made a message. You hit the three dots right to his name, to the right of his name, and you can say make moderator.
So what I'm seeing is title with a drop down or more actions, and it keeps saying delete forever, and I'm scared.
No.
Yeah.
No. You don't touch anything. When you come into the control room, you have top left corner, you have the stream. And it'll tell you if the connection is good or bad or whatever it is.
Yeah, it says that.
To the right of that, you have the chat.
I do not have anything to the right of that. It says connection, and that's the last thing.
Okay, it's probably because your screen is. Do you have the chat running so you can see the chat?
No.
You can't see the chat on that one?
No.
Well, then you can't do it from in there. I'm sorry, Valhalla. I tried.
Valhalla, I'm telling you, like, I've done this. I'm a mod for someone else. So I know I can get there, but I can get there on my phone. Sorry, I'm still yelling, aren't I? I'm certain that I can figure it out on my phone more so than I can my my laptop. Laptops and I just don't.
Laptops are a good starting out point, but again, you probably want you can get like a decent size. I have like a 27-inch 2K monitor because then I can have my StreamYard on half of the screen, and then you can put like your control panel on the other half, because you need your control panel to do certain things. So It's just, again, when the money is there to buy a new screen, and you can probably hook up an external screen to your laptop as well. And I would just
Yeah,
like to tell you, with the slowdowns that you have experienced, it's a StreamYard issue. I have had.
I don't have my
I
phone, you guys. I don't have my phone. My husband has my phone. Just so I'm not being a pain in the ass. My husband has my phone because he's helping me live tweet, or he said he would. I haven't checked.
he has been tweeting during the stream, so
Okay,
that's good.
cool. um, he is my intern now. Thank you. I actually didn't know that this existed. Like, this is where this is quite honestly creative words. This is really interesting because I use
It's
the app on my
it's
phone.
oh, I never used that. I don't know if it works, but it's also when I don't know if you. It's first when you are monetized, you can redirect, because when your stream ends, I can redirect to other people who have redirects open. So that's also a nice way of kind of building some connections. Oh, someone is rating me right now. That's nice. So
Yeah.
people will know your name, but that happens in there. I don't know how the app is. I've never used it, so it's
My husband is probably trying now to make Val a mod.
yeah. If he can, if I think actually, if he just have the phone and it's connected to your account, he can do it from the live chat that's on the feed. He doesn't even have to go into the back door.
Hey, Frank,
So
are you hearing
I
this?
shouldn't say her husband should go in through the back door.
Okay. Can you
I'm
bring
sorry.
me my phone? I'll do it. I have no problem doing it. But I shouldn't have jumped into the laptop part of it. Okay, so content. And then I look at the video that I am doing now. View all.
It's just if you can get the chat up, and you will, if you hit the name on of Valhalla, there should be a drop down that says make moderator. If you just are in regular YouTube, shouldn't be that hard. But if it's the the app is just notoriously crap. But apps are always crap. But I don't want to be a pain in the behind. But it's 3:12, and I need some shut eye.
We need to get you to bed. So I will figure this out. Sorry that I wasn't able to get it
Well,
done on
Valhalla will be
stream.
crying, and I will be smiling. So it works for both of us.
Thank you for coming on and
My pleasure.
answering the questions and doing all the things. And I hope to be able to work with you again. This was extremely helpful and great learning experience. Thank you to all of your wonderful subs for
What was
joining
Lacey's
us.
last question? I did a smart one. I took her mind off of it. I don't remember.
She actually you actually taught me how to use something on my that like I need to know how to use.
If you ever have any tech question or something, reach out again. Try to talk to the expert. He's also, don't talk tech with him because he doesn't know what he does. He'll delete himself from streams. But always ask. I won't be. I will be going to bed because I was in court at what's 3 a.m. your time today. So I have been.
That's what you said.
I've been running a lot of energy through the system today.
Wait, why will you be a grouch during trial tomorrow?
Because I'm tired.
Okay, go to bed.
Apparently, Sue believes I'm a grouch when it's because Sue is out in her pool and frolicking, and she thinks, oh, everyone should be happy like me. I'm sitting in my room with a computer blowing hot air out on my leg, and I have to sit here and listen to a teenage boy who can't remember what they ate yesterday. I will be grouchy. No, I sometimes I get into a rut where I sleep like 4 hours a day, and I get a little testy with that. But
Okay.
if you have questions like that, reach out and we can set up something where I don't have to be viewers and I can show you by screen sharing and
Okay.
stuff like
I
that.
would love that. Thank
Because do you know
you.
how to share screens in StreamYard?
Yes, I just
Okay,
learned how to do that. That was a whole thing.
that's quite important if you want to get someone to help you. But let's do that another time. I'm gonna go and say nighty night, and I'm not gonna let her answer the question. I'm gonna leave her wanting more Valhalla. It's not
Always.
like Mrs. Valhalla who is like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna leave her thinking, oh, interesting. I need to talk to him again. Psychology, Valhalla. Psychology. Come on now.
I I hope you sleep well. I am going to stay a moment or two afterwards.
Hang out with all the cool people, and let the old grumpy fart go to bed. Love to meet you, and lovely to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine.
Yeah, and don't let Valhalla talk you into a Lego stream because it's always at 3 a.m. in the morning. He's annoying.
I'll do it, but I'll talk to them about it. Bye, Baker. Thank
Have
you.
a great evening, and thank you,
You do
Chad,
the
for being
same.
so entertaining for us tonight. And thank you for showing up.
That was um a very uh, true statement. You guys were so interactive, and I definitely do need mods because I've been finally like getting back into my vibe, whatever it's called, with making sure that I'm consistent, and it's every Thursday 7 to 9. I'm usually on the dot, done at 9. But when you have super special speakers, um, you make exceptions, right? So you guys were a lot of fun to talk to, and I love to see so many of you guys here. Um, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to write them in the comments. I'll be reading them. I'm not someone who's just going to ignore comments after. You guys are loud mouths, but nice. I appreciate that. I think it's much better to talk than to be silent. I had to take my earrings out. They were heavy. So, I just I'm kind of I'm feeling very fulfilled right now, and very blessed to have had you guys join me, and I hope that I'll see you again for future streams, especially those in America that it's not 3 a.m. If you can make it, that would be great. And I love smartasses. It's okay. Um, and I love the whole um dry humor because that's how I roll. And then the other thing that I was gonna say, and oh my god, did it just go again from my head? Um, Gosh darn it. I forgot. I'm just I I do get distracted reading the chat. Uh in Harmony, I know are y- how what other chats have I seen you in? Cuz I know your name. Um I don't know if it's Emily D. Baker, Turtle Boy. Um there are some other chats that I've been pretty active in. previously, but would love to figure that out. Oh, okay. Take from that what you will. Um, I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining in. I don't know who my guest is gonna be next week. And it's the night before a national holiday. So I I hope it's not a pain in the ass to find someone. But if it is, then Peter and I will be able to entertain you because we're actually pretty funny. I didn't get to ask him any of his thoughts on the trial. Rats. We'll have to do this again. So make sure to tell him that you enjoyed yourselves. And yeah. And if there's anyone else that you would like to see, please let me know. I'm an absolute I'm absolutely an open book. Valhalla, I am going to add you. Don't worry. I just need time on my phone when I don't have a large amount of people watching. This is looking like in I would call this like the back office, looking in the back office of YouTube. Like this stuff is all new to me and I need to play around with it a little bit. I also need to take some like YouTube tutorials. So, um yeah, it was lovely to see you guys out or see you guys. Thank you for that. I need as much help as I can get. Um, it was great to see you guys on here tonight. I hope I'll see you next week. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, turn that frown upside down. And I am excited to start seeing a lot of these names around here again. So, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a healthy, wealthy, safe, and blessed rest of the week into the weekend. So, see you guys.